If you're a One Piece fan, you might have stumbled upon these collector's boxes recently. These are just bundles of the original manga with some nice cardboard around them, and yes, these are blue because they're in German. Hello! And of course I went through some of the early chapters again, from East Blue to Time Skip, but to my surprise I've noticed quite a few neat little changes the German translators did, to names and other things which might be interesting for you. Anyway, since I know you probably won't ever touch a German version of One Piece, let me give you a few examples of what I mean. This guy, I always knew him as Monkey D. Ruffy.
Ich bin Monkey D. Ruffy.
Neither Luffy nor Ruffy has any meaning in German, so I don't see any necessity to change the name, and the only explanation I've found is that the L in Japanese can sometimes sound like an R.
Luffy?
Luffy! Luffy-san!
Anyway, in my opinion, Monkey D. Ruffy just sounds better, and I'm dying on this hill. Pirate Hunter Zoro, or Piratenjäger Zoro, has got an extra R, and Roronoa became Lorena.
Man nennt mich Lorena Zorro.
Usopp is not Usopp, but Lysop.
Lysop ist ein Idiot! Ja, natürlich, immer ich!
Lü in Lysop kinda sounds like the beginning of Lügen, which means lying. Feuerfaust Ace has a different last name. Portgas D. Ace became Puma D. Ace.
Und jetzt geh mir aus dem Weg, Puma D. Ace.
Tut mir leid für dich, aber ich habe keine Lust.
The only thing I found online was that they thought it would be fitting to give him an animal-based last name, just like Luffy, which in my opinion is quite clever. And yes, before you ask, they changed Ace's back tattoo and wiped his flag in the manga and anime. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up what the original looks like. Mont Blanc Nolan and Mont Blanc Cricket are also known as Marron Nolan and Marron Cricket.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
That is probably because of their hairstyle resembles a Maroni, a chestnut. Chopper's mentor Dr. Hiroluk became Doc Beta. Please change it back. Sanji's mentor Zeph has a different name, he calls himself.
My name is Jeff.
Koku is Eki because he's Ekik, and Fukuro is Oile. The Yonko Redhead Shanks is just the Rote Shanks, the Red Shanks. His nemesis with a whopping 8 million bounty is named Grizzly, which is also a rough translation of Higumo. The Straw Hat's first ship is called the Flying Lamb, and honestly I was 2-day-old when I found out that it is a German thing only. And on top of that, they never call it Mary, but by its nickname Lämmchen.
Lämmchen!
Lam means lamb, Lämmchen a small lamb. The land of the giants is called Elban instead of Elbaf.
Wir Krieger von Elban sind Ehrenmänner.
When you reverse Elbaf you get Fable, but reversing Elban you get a company's name. I'm sure there are a lot more other changes, but the last interesting one is Laugh Tale, since it is also known as Unicorn.
Huh?
I'm sure the name will be perfectly explained someday, right? Attack names are also a bit different. Most of them start off with different names, but over time revert back to a more fitting translation of the original. What do you think Gum Gum Gatling is called? Gum Gum Maschinengewehr? No, comrade. It's
Gum Gum Kalashnikov!
In some rare occasions they were also called Punching Ball. As you can see from Water 7 onward, they slowly changed it back to Gatling.
Jet Gatling!
As for Zoro, his attacks are a bit special. He calls them strikes. Free sword style attacks are mostly monster strikes.
Monster Strike! Monster Strike, Mr. 5!
And this attack is called
König Strike!
and the 9 sword style finisher is called
Neuen Schwerter-Stil. Berserker!
and they changed it back as you can see in this Wano clips.
Drei Schwerter-Stil. Fegefeuer! Dämonenschnitt! Berserker! 9 Schwerter-Stil! Klingen des Dämonengottes!
Sanji's Diablo Champ is translated to Feuertopf, which means fire pot.
Feuertopf!
Halt, warte!
Und flambieren! Uah!
This fits his cooking-themed attacks, but in my opinion the original just sounds better. This as well is changed back in the later chapters, as well as in the episode of Mary Reanimation.
Diable Jambe!
Warte! Nicht!
Plombage! Shot!
Hey, thanks for watching. I just wanted to share my findings while I go through the books again. Anyway, tell me in the comments which names just sound completely wrong. And here's a clip of Ruffy singing.
Der Süden ist tierisch heiß und hier gibt's weit und breit kein Eis. Also Leute, kommt und macht keinen Scheiß. Schafft eins ran, ich zahl jeden Preis. Und dann suche ich euch mit großem Fleiß.